Before Michael Jordan, there was Dr. J. In Michael Jordan's book, For the Love of the Game, Jordan said, "When I came into the league, I wasn't nearly as enamored with Magic Johnson and Larry Bird as I was with Julius Erving. As a kid, my first nickname was Magic."
Played above the rim, he played around the rim, underneath, you know.
Why is Dr. J is not mentioned as often as he should, like the other greats? It is important to remember that before Air Jordan, there was Dr. J flying above everybody.
Getting a glimpse of the game in the 90s and the 70s. So, my game was probably a little bit ahead of its time.
Fly through the air, it was such a thing of beauty because not only was
dominated games when he won. Dominant. And he just said, okay, that's it. My show tonight, I'm gonna affect the whole game.
But the only player I knew about was Dr. J. Dr. J was the inspiration behind a lot of Michael Jordan's early playstyle. Similar to the Kobe-Jordan relationship, Michael Jordan also had a fairly similar mentor relationship with Julius Erving. Dr. J is heavily underrated and underappreciated for his impact on the game and on the stars of the generations that came after him.
A lot of similarities in terms of the way I played and the way that he played. When he left the game, he left with a lot of class, a lot of dignity, and that respect from their peers. And that's something that if I don't even win a world championship or MVP or whatever, that is something I would love to walk away from the game and have. And he's been a very good friend to me thus far because his advice has always been very comforting for myself to accept. And I just think that he and I are getting close. It's a great feeling to be around him and to learn a lot from him.
Do you study pro basketball history?
Sure. I think that's the way you learn about dealing with all different types of players, dealing with the game and the expanding of the game. You brought a different attitude, a different expansion to the game. Magic, Larry, myself.
Have you returned to the game that you love with an enlightened view about how things work?
Oh, before I had a very naive attitude about it. The way I was perceived and the way that I must live. There's no pure, perfect human being in this world. And I think because of all the adulation that I was receiving and respect that I was getting, I wanted to live that most perfect lifestyle so that everyone could always like Michael Jordan. I try to make everybody happy, but you can't make everybody happy. That's one of the things that I've learned. My father taught me, and you advised me many times that, at some point in time, you got to know when to say no. And I think coming back to the game and being away from the game and being in minor league baseball, I was able to revisit some of those stages that evolved once I was trying to get to the top. And I kind of forgot about it. And it brought the very simple things back to me as a person and to the game. It's just a game. Enjoy the game. Enjoy your life. Play the game. Be very respectful to people, but have people respect you for a human being. And don't be afraid to take. I'm with my kids. I'm with my family. I'd rather not. Be polite about it. But yet, recapture some of that realistic attitude to your life or the humanistic side of yourself. Because you were losing. I was losing it. And I was getting so wrapped up into it that I wasn't happy with what I was trying to do and what I enjoyed the most, which is playing the game of basketball.
They said there'd never be another Elgin Baylor. Then I came along. They said there'd never be another Dr. J. Then you came along.
The under the hand against the Lakers where you're behind the basket. We always try to do it once he did it.
It's 11 for Chicago.
Don't give up.
I guess I would have never had those visions if I hadn't have seen Dr. J in his time.
Jordan has come up with another steal.
He brought so much creativity to the game.
Came after him. He was also somewhat the forgotten and secret mentor of George Gervin and even Michael Jordan. Dr. J was more than just an idol to these stars. He was also a mentor for some of the game's greatest players. Jordan would be so competitive and use his idol's moves against him and even dunk on him.
Tackle is once again assumed command of the contest. 98-82. Back with more action after this.
I didn't know it would be something that would be picked up by the NBA and carried forward and taken to new heights of popularity. And
Chicago beating Kansas City. Here's Jordan underneath.
Jordan from Watley.
MJ's iconic Air Jordan free throw line dunk was originally done by Julius Erving in the first dunk contest. He also did it in another dunk contest a few years later.
Doc flying down the lane for the slam. Look at his takeoff point, John.
Oh, man, that's what makes this move. That's where you appreciate what Julius Erving did, that side view. The judges are judging creativity.
Now, Michael Jordan told me he had something special. He may be trying to take off from the free throw line a la Julius Erving. Let's see what happens. He kind of measured it from there. He's going back. That very may well be it. The people are excited. They like this.
I can hear his engines revving now.
Air Jordan ready to take off.
Chicago.
Check out my other videos about another all-time greats. Thank you for watching. Subscribe or give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. See you on the next one. Cheers!